Hey guys, welcome back to our video, and today we've got 3 products from Sandmarc that I wanted to show you today. Don't worry, this isn't a sponsored video, but all of these 3 have been sent to me so that I can try them out, and today I wanted to make sure that if you're considering buying one of these, that you will be well informed. So let's get right into it. So the very first item is their 100mm macro lens, and Sandmarc have a bunch of these lenses, but I chose this one because I thought the macro lens is going to be the most interesting one. And don't worry, it doesn't come just like this, bare bones, but it also comes with a cover, as well as a little baggie with a bunch of accessories, like this bag for the lens, as well as this microfiber cloth. And you also get this universal holder so that you can use any case you want with your phone while you're using the lens. Now I know what you're probably thinking. When it comes to macro photography, then the iPhone already has it built in for a few generations now, but this lens takes it to another level. I will show you some of the comparison shots between the iPhone ultra-wide lens using the macro mode, as well as the lens itself. Now there are going to be a few obvious differences between these pictures. First and foremost, the iPhone's ultra-wide lens is a ultra-wide lens, so that means it's going to have a much larger line of focus and it's going to be easier to actually capture stuff up close. Because when it comes to the Sandmarc lens, you need to be a specific amount of distance away from the subject in order to properly capture it. But the result that you get in the end is totally worth it, especially with that real lens background blur. Because when you're using this lens on your iPhone, you're actually using your main sensor instead of the ultra-wide one. That means with the combination of the iPhone's large 48 megapixel sensor and this lens, you're going to get that nice background blur. So as I mentioned, this clip right here is one of the options that you can use to get this lens on your phone. The other one is going to be their case, and this is their Pro leather case. Now, when it comes to this case, I have to say that if you're looking for a leather case to use daily and not just for shooting photos with it, this one really isn't going to be it. Because if I had to rank this, I would probably give it like a B-, maybe a C. When it comes to this case, you get all of the essentials right. You get a nice soft inside for your phone, a nice leather bag that really feels premium, a metal camera protector, which might be the best camera protection I've seen so far, but again, this is used for something else than protection too. And you also get accurate cutouts, a camera capture cutout, as well as metal buttons. The thing with this case, why I wouldn't really recommend it as a case itself, is that it does all of the essentials right, but it just doesn't do its top tier like some of the other leather cases that are out there. Like for example, the MagSafe on this is super weak, but then again, it's leather, so I cannot really fault them for that. The buttons aren't really clicky, they just stay on top of the iPhone buttons, so they feel nice, but the metal parts are kind of a bit too much out there, so your finger just notices it a little bit more. When it comes to the camera protection, I really appreciate that it's all metal, but the thing here, if you're going to be using it with the lens itself, I'm just quickly going to put in my phone and show you. By the way, if you're going to use this case and you put your phone in it, make sure to put in the cameras first, because it's quite a big hole and it just makes it easier. When I put it in there, you can see that the lenses are really protected. Now, when I'm going to be putting one of these lenses on this case, by the way you screw it in, you can only do it on the main lens as well as the telephoto lens. You cannot do it on the ultra-wide because quite frankly, the ultra-wide will just capture the inside of the lens and it just won't look pretty. Here's how that would look like, and as you can see, it just doesn't work. But really, the gut-wrenching thing about this is if I'm screwing in the lens on the phone, I can kind of hear it going against it, and I'm just super scared that while I'm screwing this in, something is going to get in between the lens and the iPhone lens and it's going to damage my cameras. So if you're going to be putting on the lens on your iPhone, I suggest that you don't do it while your iPhone is in it. So the better way to do this is going to be to grab the lens and screw it onto the case while the iPhone isn't yet in it. And as you can see, empty case, lens on it. And now when I grab my iPhone and actually put it in this time, it's going to be already in there and I don't have to worry about screwing something in between the two lenses. Once you have it on there, it's not going to get anywhere because it's quite frankly screwed in. It's not like with the clip where this can fall off and your lens can be damaged, but then again, you need to use this case with this if you want a super tight connection. Once you do this, you're pretty much ready to go. You can just hit your capture button if you have the iPhone 16, which by the way, on this case, It's pretty accessible, but then again, leather is quite thick, so it's going to be hard to get your finger in there, and then swiping is kind of difficult as well, so that's why I'm not recommending this case for everyday use. But if you're going to be using it with one of the Sandmarc lenses, then it makes sense to have a secure connection between the two. When I first stumbled up on Sandmarc and looked at their website, they have some brilliant marketing videos and photos. They're really high quality, they actually use their stuff, not like all of the other white label brands that are out there that just take some photos from the internet and then just plop their logo on it. These photos and videos were actually taken with these lenses and all of their accessories, so you can actually trust them. And that's why I asked if I could also try out something else than just their camera stuff, because they're known for their camera stuff, but I wanted to see how much effort they're going to put into another product, into something that's not that much camera related. So the product that I was testing is this titanium Apple Watch Ultra band, and I have to say it's really pure quality. So if you're looking for a titanium band, now titanium bands are quite expensive and they have 3 different tiers over here, so you don't really need to go for the most expensive one. I just got the cheapest one, which is still $200, but then again, if you want a genuine titanium Apple Watch band to match your Apple Watch Ultra, then this one is going to be probably your best bet. And I have to say, this is the first time I've been using one of these titanium bands or any metal band in general. I've been just sticking to the trail or alpine loop on my Apple Watch Ultra, and it's been quite the ride actually setting this up, because in the box you get one of these watch adjusters and you have to get the specific amount of these little clips right in order for your watch to fit properly. And it took me probably like 40 minutes to get this right, because you just have to screw it in, screw it out, screw it in, screw it out, and do it a lot of times to get the size right. But once you get it, and this is the brilliant thing about this, you don't have to care about it anymore. That is, if you don't gain or lose weight, because your wrist size just doesn't change. So this is probably one of the quickest watch bands to actually put on. And I have to say, opposed to something like the Trail Loop or the Alpine Loop, it really makes the Apple Watch Ultra look really premium. And you could go to like a fancy dinner with this and no one would blink an eye. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. If you enjoyed any of these products, the links are going to be in the description. And if you liked the video itself, please subscribe down below. It really helps a ton, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye.